the face you make just after you get off the 2024 Honda Fireblade. During a time when manufacturers have withdrawn from the superbike sector and instead created wafty, sparrow-limbed excuses for sports bikes, Honda has brought world superbike to the masses in 2024. While the new Fireblade SP looks very similar, this isn't just a facelift. There are some significant changes for this season, and the highlight, without doubt, is the introduction of split throttle bodies. Without sending you to sleep, instead, let me help you nurse a semi. During small throttle openings above 4,000 RPM, only the left bank, cylinders 1 and 2, are open, before the right bank, cylinders 3 and 4, open gradually. Each pair of cylinders has different amount of fuel injected, which produces different engine notes and that factory racer gurgle on the overrun and corner exit. Welcome to Portimao. It's been raining. We just finished CBR 600RR, but it's drying out, and there's a rumour we've got some Stevie Nicks, some slicks going on with the Fireblades. I'm very much looking forward to this. I'm a massive Fireblade fan. Split throttle bodies is something I get way more of a Casey Stoner than I should do. But yeah, it's really exciting, new technology, and essentially this is one massive racing homologation special. So let us twist the noise tube. What do you reckon then, Thomas, about this new Fireblade? Have you ridden it yet?
Phenomenal bit of kit. No, I've literally not ridden it. In a minute, I'm going to ride it. 40% more flex in the frame.
Is it 40%?
Fucking hell, I nearly fell asleep then.
Is it 40%?
40% more flex, apparently, yeah.
Can I get a
Right then, I am the first, I think, in the world to ride the 2024 Fireblade. First out the pit lane here with the first group. Special. Oh, you can hear the split throttle bodies already. Oh, the sound of it makes you feel like a superbike racer. Jeez. Oh, factory as fuck. Oh, Dino. Through here is savage. Oh, it feels like you should feel the technology working, but you can't. It's absolutely seamless. Come on, Dave. It's much easier to ride than the last bike, or a little bit easier to ride anyway. A bit less physical. The ergos definitely help. Stop. He's angry. He sounds angry. I definitely need the sportier suspension. A bit like a trifle. I mean, look, the ABS, we're in setting 2, and that's not the raciest. And I've had one little bit of ABS intervention. The brakes are a little spongy after the sort of 10-15 minutes though. Listen to that! It makes you look and feel like a factory boy, this does. What a bike! Apologies for the lack of talking. This thing is a handful round here. Oh.
Sorry about that, the GoPro died during that session. Probably me making lots of animal noises and puffing and panting, but that is insane. Honda reckon this is the fastest, most powerful inline 4. That's what they claim, and I'll tell you what, I'm not going to argue with that. It's definitely easy to ride. A lot of that is ergo, simple as that. You know, you've got more room, don't feel as cramped. Bigger riders will get on and enjoy it more. But then the electronics, I mean, this is the future. It makes, like I said, I keep banging on about it, but if you still think electronics shouldn't be on bikes, especially super bikes, then just jog on, mate. Go and crawl back under the rock, because this is amazing. This truly is. I mean, even on the road, you're going to ride around, just going to be an absolute god. If it makes you feel good, that's half the battle, isn't it? So, I mean, I can't think of anything that it doesn't do, and it does everything else really bloody well. So session 2 now, we're going to go and mess about with suspension, because it's set up for 75 kilo riders, and I'm not 75 kilos. None of us are. So we're going to have a little chat to the Öhlins guys and have a fiddle. Ooh. Of course, the 2024 Fireblade SP has more in its arsenal than just split throttle bodies. The engine has a feast of internal updates to help boost mid-range, which it bloody well needed, and coupled with the shorter gearing, certainly helps the mid-range and makes the delivery more linear. That enormous can is now 5 decibels quieter, which should help the SP pass track day noise tests. And as Professor Bridewell touched on, the frame has been revised for more flex and ultimately more feeling. Talking of feeling, the ergonomics have been tweaked for comfort. Higher bars that are closer to the pilot, and lower pegs mean you don't need a chiropractor's appointment after every ride. The only downside is the blade's frontal area. It's been designed for Japanese test riders, not pure British beef. But the big chassis news comes from the introduction of Öhlins Smart EC3 semi-active suspension.
Well, King of Coombe 2008. Who was in the race? You and Victor.
Yeah.
And I mullered the pair of you.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Fact.
You passed me on the grass on the last lap.
Were you in the way then? And there was a back marker.
And what happened at the World Superbike, the GSXR European Cup?
You were cheating. I was on a 750 and you had a fucking 1,000. Cheating bastard.
I mean, this guy's a factory Honda rider, and I've worked in a cheese factory. What do you reckon, Saint?
I think that's a good point, well put, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know what your favourite cheese is now.
I love an Edam.
Yeah.
I love an Edam.
Relatively healthy as well.
Yeah, is it? Is it?
Yeah. They travel well as well.
So now we're going to change the preload. So I'm 90, I'm about, well, let's say 100, 95, okay, yeah.
This is changing the base level of damping.
Okay, so now you have to change the...
Doesn't change the preload for you.
That's the base level of damping, and then you change the...
Then you change the preload to what it says. Yeah.
So now the damping is optimized for 95. Now we just have to do the preload. So then you can see, okay, standard is 75 kilos.
Yeah.
So that's 2 turns. So now we need to go up to 3.
Okay, so it's only one more turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also the rear.
The rear, yeah.
So yeah, you adjust the interface, which then adjusts the damping, but then you have to manually do the preload.
One turn.
Yeah.
Two turns.
How easy is that?
Yep.
Okay. Right, let's go.
Oh, that's better. That's better. Now we're cooking. Oh yes. Oh yes. I can ride the bike properly. So much better. I don't know if it's me or the gearbox feels more precise as well. Oh my god, the sound! The sound! I can't get enough of this. Still got to ride it like a 600, that's for sure. Split throttle bodies or not. Rev it. No chance, mate. The traction this thing's got. Oh, fuck me. Oh, that engine braking really does help you. Really does help you meet the apex. Not regular. Just how the bike left me breathless as much as this has. Fuck me. Let's have a lap with Muck Point, shall we? Oh, fuck me, ain't hanging around. Fucking legend. Thank you. So much better. Oh, yeah. Different bike. Yeah.
I described the previous version as the closest thing to a superbike engine in a 250 GP chassis. The new blade hasn't been blunted in any way, but the whole ride has become slightly more rider friendly. It's not as stiff, not as unforgiving as before, and it's still one of the best bikes from braking to apex, matching the Aprilia at mid-corner sexiness. Although power is more manageable thanks to the split throttle bodies, the Honda does lose out slightly during corner exit to bikes like the R1 and Ducati, purely because it's a Lary 215 brake inline 4, which is inherently less predictable when all 4 injectors are squirting their juices. Honda is only bringing the SP and Carbon models to the UK. At $23,499, the SP is the same price as the older model, and you get an onslaught of updates and new technology for your money. Meanwhile, the Carbon model will set you back £26,749, but only 300 are coming to Europe and a mere 45 to the UK.
It's not often that we get to ride quite so many bikes in succession in a short amount of time that blow your mind. And this bike has definitely blown my mind. We had the 3090 Super Duke a few weeks ago, and this thing on a similar level is just a riot. It flattered me, it utterly flattered me. It's so easy to ride. Look, don't get me wrong, it's an animal. It's an absolute animal. But with the electronics, with the split throttle bodies, which for me is just the best thing since I can remember, since the Super Duke's variable valve timing. But the suspension, as many people will know, I prefer conventional suspension over semi-active electronic stuff. But honestly, this is the first time I've gone, you know what, I take it. There's no compromise, there's no sacrifice, sorry. Look, you can put it to manual as well if you really want it to, but I love what you can do with in the interface and changing all those events, going into a corner, braking, mid-corner, exit. There's so much to get involved with. Being brutally honest, I still think this is maybe half a second off the Aprilia and Ducati, like we proved here at the Mega Test. It's definitely going to be faster in this trim. I don't know, I can't give you an exact figure because once again, I mean, look at it. We've had hail, we've had wind, we've had sunshine, we've had rain, we've had absolutely everything thrown at us today, and we're really lucky to get 2 dry sessions. However, we still need time on the bike, and I can't do this review justice. We need more time on the bike. We need to explore its limits more, its limitations more, and really, really send it. Now, there's lots of questions about the race kit and whether you need the race ECU to adjust the tyre size and sprockets and gearing and all that. And then, unfortunately, that's still the case. So if you are going to do track days and you are serious about it, you're going to have to get the ECU on top of that. But you need that ECU. I think, you know, if you're going to do it properly, you're going to do track days football racing properly, you might as well invest anyway. Again, there was lots of questions about, do I upgrade from my 21, 22 bike? Considering the price is pretty much the same, then I'd highly recommend it just for the throttle bodies alone. I said, I'm hoping, I haven't checked the GoPro yet, but I'm hoping you can hear what I can hear on the bike. It flatters you, it makes you faster, it makes you safer. The ability to go into a corner and open the throttle and really take the piss with it. We were on SC3 tyres. Now, they're not the best really, not the ultimate grip, but even with those tyres on, we were fairly full send today. But yeah, the ability just to take the piss with the throttle on the corner exit and of course corner entry. The one thing I really wanted to try was adjust the engine braking. I was going into a corner and it was sort of backing in quite a lot, and I was hard on the brakes, so obviously more weight transfer, more weight on the front, more tendency to back in. And of course we didn't get a chance to change the levels of engine braking. But again, I really, really need to do this bike justice by taking it back to the UK or coming back to another circuit and spending a full day on it. But who gives a shit about lap times when it makes you feel this good? Yeah, blown away, genuinely blown away.